Okay, class. So now we are going to use the technique of perfect square trinomials. Now this technique is only applicable if you have a trinomial like this: x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. The factored out form is just x plus y raised to the power of 2. Okay, and in the difference, x squared minus 2xy plus y squared is equal to the quantity of x minus y squared. Now, for us to determine if we can use this technique is, let's first know the steps. First step is to the first term and the last term. First and last term must be perfect squares. Okay, so as I said that earlier in finding perfect squares, or perfect squares are numbers with square roots. Okay, so the next second step is, if we find the square roots of the first and last term, we need to multiply, right? Suppose this is x, this is the positive square root of the first term x, and the positive square root of y of the last term, it's y. So we need to multiply this both, right? Multiply them both, y, this is y, okay? Multiply them by 2, okay? Then the last is if it results, if the middle term, alright, the middle term of the given, if the product in the second step of multiplying the positive square root of the first term and the second term, and then you multiply them by 2. Now this is the rule, okay? This is the pattern. And then if it arrives at the same middle term, then right, dapat yung third step, it will be the same with the middle term. The fourth step is to apply the 4x minus 1. So first step is to find the, if first term or last term are perfect squares, and then multiply their positive square roots times 2. Then it must be the same with the middle term. And then last step is to apply the formula. Now let's try this one. So what is our first term? It's 9x squared. The last term is 4y squared. Now let's find their square roots. Alright? So let's first find the coefficients. Ito sa first term. What's square root of 3? It's, and square root of 9, it's 3. Square root of x squared is x. Okay? So, since we found the square root of the first term, then therefore, this is 9x squared is a perfect square. Now, how about 4y squared? Square root of 4 is, 2. Y squared is y. So therefore, we have our positive square roots. This is for the first step. Second step is multiply the positive square roots. We have the positive square root 3x times 2y. Then times 2 is equal to 3x times 2y, it's 6xy. Now 6xy times 2 is 12xy. Now is the middle term, the third step. Is the middle term 2xy is equal to 12xy? Yes. Now let's apply the last step is to the factored out form. Now, what will be your x? Right? Your x will be the first positive square root of the positive square root of the first term, which is right, which is 3x. Now, what will be your y, or what will be your second term in a factored out form? It's going to be the positive square root of the last term, right? 2. Now again, is this the final answer? Is this correct? No, because in the expression, the middle term is negative. So, dito din dapat di negative. So, our final answer is 3x, right, minus 2y squared. Okay. Now, let's try to check. Okay, check. Okay, 3x minus 2y times 3x minus 2y. Okay, this is the same with this. Okay, this is squared now. Okay, let's use FOIL method. First term, 9x squared. Second term, 3x times negative 2y, it's negative xy. Okay, outer term, now we have inner term, negative 2y times 3x is negative 6y. Now in the last term, negative 2y times negative 2y is positive 4y squared. Now, let's combine like terms. Are there like terms? Yes, this one. So, 9x squared minus 12xy plus 4y squared. In checking, dapat same yung answer natin, right, sa given, which is also the same. 9x squared minus 12xy plus 4y squared.